Hi, this is Grandma Lori. Today's story is Rainforest Rhapsody. Pipsqueak was a tree frog. He wasn't very big. In human terms, he was as small as a man's fingernail, so it was easy to miss him if you weren't looking carefully. The one thing he did have was a big voice. Every evening, all the tree frogs in the rainforest would sing together. It was an amazing sound. All the animals in the forest would stop and listen, some swaying in time to the music. Because he was so small, he was a bit shy. At the same time, he wondered what the rainforest beyond his tree really looked like, but he was afraid to go very far in case he got lost or eaten by a bigger animal. So Pipsqueak dreamed. He knew the rainforest was huge, but everything was huge compared to him. The rainforest had all sorts of interesting animals not found anywhere else. There were especially a lot of birds. He didn't talk to them, but he found them fascinating. The other constant was rain. Well, that's why they call it the rainforest. It only rained hard during the monsoon season. It rained off and on and was wet, though, all the other times of the year. Pipsqueak was sitting on his branch, listening to the sound of the forest, when a sudden rainstorm blew in. It rained so hard. He loved the rain, but this was too much rain. The wind was blowing Pipsqueak's tree back and forth like crazy. He hugged the tree, trying to keep his balance, but when a big blast of wind hit the tree, he flew off. Pipsqueak hadn't flown before and always wondered what it had felt like, but not like this. He closed his eyes and hoped he landed somewhere soft. But no, he landed on something hard. "Hey, no free rides!" yelled a voice, trying to be heard over the rain. Pipsqueak opened his eyes to find he had landed on the back of a toucan. A toucan was a large rainforest bird with a bright orange beak. Pipsqueak had seen them flying around but had never spoken to one. Excuse me, sir," said Pipsqueak. "I didn't mean to land on you. The wind blew my tree and I landed here." "I understand. I'm called Bongo. What's your name?" "I'm Pipsqueak," said Pipsqueak. "Nice to meet ya. Hang on tightly to my feathers. We need to find a hiding place from this rain." Bongo flew faster and finally landed on the branch of a big tree. There were so many leaves on this tree. They were covered from the rain at least a little bit. As they waited for the rain to clear, the pair talked. Well, Bongo talked. "So, what part of the rainforest do you live in?" Bongo asked. "Over there," said Pipsqueak. He pointed toward the rest of the forest. He didn't really know where he was, so he didn't know where his home was. "Actually," continued Pipsqueak, "I don't know where I live. I was blown off my tree onto your back, but I don't know how far I flew before landing. I've never been off my tree before." Bongo laughed. "That's okay. Once the rain clears, we'll go find your tree." That made Pipsqueak feel better. He trusted Bongo, so he was able to talk with him comfortably, which was rare for Pipsqueak. He told Bongo how much he had wanted to see the rainforest but was afraid. Bongo just smiled and nodded his head. The rain cleared. Bongo said, "Hop on, Pipsqueak. Let's go find your tree." Pipsqueak climbed up onto Bongo's back. He grabbed hold of some of Bongo's feathers so he wouldn't fall off. "Ready? Let's go," said Bongo. He took off. This time, Bongo flew gently through the rainforest. He knew generally where Pipsqueak had landed on his back, but he wasn't positive. As they flew, Pipsqueak was amazed by all the different trees, birds, and animals he saw, and Bongo talked to them all. "Hey, Bongo, where are you off to?" asked Martin, the spider monkey. "Hi, Martin. We're trying to find Pipsqueak's home tree. Do you know where the tree frogs live?" Bongo asked. "I think it's over there," said Martin, pointing in the general direction. "Thanks. Gotta keep flying. Pipsqueak's getting tired and needs to take a nap. Talk to you later," Bongo said as he continued flapping his wings. "He seems nice," Pipsqueak said to Bongo. "He's a monkey. He's fun, but after a while he gets annoying," Bongo said. They continued flying in the direction Martin had pointed. Pipsqueak thought it was starting to look familiar, but wasn't completely sure. Sid the Sloth was hanging around in his tree when he saw Bongo flying toward him. "Hi there, Bongo. What's hanging?" Sid asked. "You are!" Bongo laughed. "We're trying to find my friend's home. Do you know where the tree frogs live?" "I do. They're right in the next clump of trees." You should hear them sing at night. Always puts me right to sleep, said Sid. Everything puts you to sleep, Bongo said, smiling. Thanks, gotta fly. I'll talk to you next time. Bongo was getting tired, and so was Pipsqueak. It was a lot of traveling for a tiny tree frog. At last, they heard the sound of tree frogs coming from the trees. They were singing to let Pipsqueak know where they were. That's them! The other tree frogs! It's right over there! Pipsqueak said, getting excited. Bongo landed on the next tree and Pipsqueak hopped off. Thanks so much for helping me get home, Bongo. I never would have made it if you weren't flying by. And thanks for the adventure. The rainforest really is huge, Pipsqueak said. He tried to hug Bongo, but because he was so small, he could really only grab hold of one of Bongo's toes. But it worked. Bongo flew off, flapping his wing to say goodbye. As Pipsqueak sat down to dinner, he thought, what a great day and a wonderful adventure. But I think I'll wait for the next adventure until I'm a little older. After dinner, Pipsqueak fell asleep quickly, dreaming of Sid the Sloth, Martin the Monkey, and all the other sights he had experienced that day. This has been Grandma Lori. Thank you for joining me. Please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe.